Visit for Governor Kathy Hochul at Marcy Correctional Facility today, days after a man from Greece was beaten by correctional officers and died. That visit was closed to the press. Meantime, here in Rochester, more calls for accountability.
We're calling for all of those involved in this merciless onslaught to be fired and tried in a court of law.
On top of the state attorney general's criminal investigation, the FBI announced today it's also looking into what happened. And as we wait to learn more, News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey has been speaking with local faith leaders who are demanding change. Right, Jen?
Yeah, Nikki, Robert Brooks' family laid him to rest this weekend here in Rochester. His services were happening as the world was seeing firsthand what happened to him in that exam room within Marcy Correctional Facility, and the calls for accountability are continuing to grow louder.
It is the barbaric, heinous actions of the correction officers who, according to the BWC, that is the body-worn camera footage set on standby by the grace of God, participated in beating Robert Brooks until he was what appears to be nothing less than graveyard dead.
More than a dozen faith leaders in our community calling for systemic changes in the state's prison system.
Replace the misfits with correction officers who fit. This is our demand, and until this happens, we will cry loud and spare not.
The pastors want the governor and state lawmakers to ensure that all corrections officers have their body cameras on and activated at all times when interacting with an inmate.
But at the end of the day, I think it's more than just body-worn cameras. It's about changing the culture within our corrections facilities.
Senator Jeremy Cooney was at Robert Brooks's funeral.
One thing that was said this past weekend at the funeral was that this sends a message across New York and probably across our nation that if you are incarcerated in the state of New York, good luck. And that can't be the case.
Senator Pat Gallivan is the ranking member of the Crime Victims, Crime and Correction Committee in the Senate.
It's reprehensible. I mean, there's no explanation whatsoever. Clearly, it shouldn't happen, and it should turn the stomach of any human being that's got any amount of decency in them.
A bipartisan reaction. So now what?
My belief is that to get at the core of this, we have to properly staff the state prisons with correction officers. We have to properly train them. We have to properly supervise them and properly equip them. And equip is not just physical equipment, but it's with the proper policies.
Now, both of those local senators say they think it's best to let the current internal and criminal investigations play out before determining whether any legislative hearings are necessary. Nikki.
All right. Thank you, Jen.